ourselves.
You want
We'll
us
be
to
a
be
part of that.
refugee
They
athletes?
went to that shithole voluntarily to represent nobody.
Pretty much, yeah. We're talking about the Russian one or the
Oh,
Chinese one,
I don't know. Which
the
country would you,
latest one.
if you can't represent the U.S., like which country would you want to be, Matt?
I'm pretty sure we're live right now, so I'm
Yes.
gonna say
He's
I
got
don't
to
know.
choose. He's got to choose Czech.
I would just get like a pirate flag.
Oh, dude, yeah, let's do that.
I would be an
We
international
could
pirate.
do an upside down U.S. flag.
Or a no step on.
No,
no
the
step
upside
on
down
snake.
U.S. flag's disrespectful, Matt. You don't want to do that.
Shut up. But we're not.
You don't want to do
The
that.
"Don't Tread on Me" flag would be good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Or we could bring our
No
state
step on
flags.
snake.
The state flags.
No, the state flag. The Wisconsin state flag is not okay. It's really shitty. We'd have
I
to
don't
go
even know
with...
what the Missouri one looks like.
Really?
What?
Why would
Is
I
it
know
cool?
that? That was like a middle school question.
Well, don't they have them
It
outside
was
of like
also a high
courthouses
school
and
question
stuff?
too.
I think it
Best
has some bears on
state
it.
Flag.
Has some bears on it.
I'm pretty sure it
Oh
does.
yeah, Arizona. That's a good flag. I like.
We're
that
just gonna
flag.
pick the coolest one from the states.
Hold on, I'm looking at a picture of all the state flags. Wisconsin, boring. Montana, boring. California has the bear. That's
Oh
funny.
shit, that's the one I was thinking of.
Kansas,
Missouri
boring.
does too.
Okay.
Does it?
Oh no,
Yeah.
we could say we're from Texas and then fly the flag of Chile, because they're really similar and it makes Texans crazy. Like Tim Myers will go nuts.
Would Gaston let us be on his team?
Oh, Gaston's not on his team.
What?
He done got into some shit with his association too.
What the fuck, man?
Dude, I don't know. There's a lot of political
Those-
drama going. No, I
those
like to send
Mexicans.
Tim this meme of it says "Don't mess with Texas" and it's the flag of Chile.
Let's see it.
It makes him insane. Makes him lose his mind. No, I've decided Arizona's the coolest flag. Like, objectively the best.
I don't know. I like the "Don't Tread on Me" one.
That's not a state flag, though. I mean, that was
Who cares?
Good. Don't step on snake. Like, that's
Yeah.
a badass flag. Oh, Arkansas is okay.
It needs to be
I
the
could
funny
dig
one
that.
too. The no step on snake. Just,
Yeah.
just
Great.
because.
That's
Or
pretty
we could fly the Confederate flag. That'd
Oh,
be pretty
God.
funny.
we
Dude,
represent the
Hey,
we
Trump
represent
won.
the country
We
of Retardia.
No, Trump won. We get to do what we want. That's it.
Maybe not attend the World Shoot, right?
Everything we can do anything you want except for attend the World Shoot. We're fucked on that.
All right.
Anyway, welcome to the Practical Pistol Show, people. My name is Ben. We're here to answer shooting questions. Who do we have today? Matt Hopkins,
Hello.
Tim Herron,
Hey guys.
and Mr. Nick
Hey guys,
Yen Wu Twal. Anyway, Nick.
Yanatola with better video today.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
video's badass, man.
Yeah, I think my Skype installed like one little update or something.
Well, hopefully you get like a nip slip or something so people look good. Anyway, before we get to the questions, because that's what everybody comes here for, is for the questions. We got to talk about next year's classes. If you go to bensticker.com, click on the take a class thingy. That's where you're going to see my class schedule. The class schedule is pretty well updated. I'm ready now to start filling in the fall. So if you'd like to schedule a class in the fall, go do that. I've blocked off some dates where I strongly suspect nationals will be held. I can't confirm that, but I just strongly suspect nationals will be held between October 9th and 22nd next year. So
I have a more
you have a more
blocked
specific
out
suspicion?
Yeah, I have a more blocked out part of the
I
month.
may have left a week before that to train.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That is actually correct then.
Yes. So that's when I think nationals might be. So there's open dates end of September, late October, and November opening if you want to schedule up a class. Also, might be able to do some stuff in August, huh? Or will I be busy, Matt? When is the World Shoot?
The last week in August.
No, okay, I can't do August then. Well, maybe I can. I don't know. We were just talking about it. Maybe we can do
Yeah,
August.
you might have all of August,
We'll
like
know
the
in
end
a
of August open.
We'll know in a few weeks if I'm going to be free in August.
Yeah.
If there's any possibility they're going to let me shoot, I'm going to France. If they're going to let me shoot, I probably won't. I won't spend the time. Unless, what do we do if we already booked the tickets, Hopkins?
That's a good question.
So if we're paid up on the tickets,
You go to France
we
anyway.
go to France.
Yeah.
What do we do? Hang out?
Try to fuck it up for other people, I guess. Because
Oh, we can do that.
Isn't there cool stuff to see in France?
I've never actually been to Paris. I'd like to do that for a little while.
Okay, we'll
There
go
you
to
go.
Paris.
Romantic weekend in Paris.
I'll be the third wheel again.
I don't know about that. Well, I'll be there with Jeff, so yeah, you'll be the third wheel.
All right.
Jeff and I, we have a thing going on. We'll talk about it. Anyway, let's talk. We got an email here. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Hopkins for the free water we started getting at my local club.
You're welcome, sir. Or madam.
Might be a madam. I doubt it,
I
though.
said it.
This madam here is interested in training and getting better, so that precludes most women. Anyway.
Oh, God.
What? It's not like chicks listen to this podcast. I don't think. Look, Trump won. We can shit on women now. We're going to repeal the 19th Amendment pretty soon.
Is that the one that allows them to vote?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
You know your amendments, sir.
That was a good guess, huh?
All right. So, I've been shooting for about 20 months, but the last 8 months I decided to actually practice. I was determined. I bought 2 videos from Ben and a dry fire book. Thank you, sir.
Oh, Jesus.
I was dry. What? That's a good screen to find people that are dedicated. All right. I was dry firing for 1 hour a day, 5 times a week, live fire once a week, and 3 to 4 matches a month. Well, that lasted about 2 weeks.
So, hold on. Let's do the math. It was dry firing 1 hour a day for 5 times a week,
For 2
and then live
weeks.
fire once a week, and matches 3 to 4 times a month.
Yeah.
So that means he dry fired about 10 times,
10
and
times.
he shot 2 live fire training sessions
He
and 1
might
match.
be. He's maybe being sarcastic. Okay.
Okay.
2 matches.
I can
Yeah,
tell you about my long
matches.
work days, my busy schedule, my family, and so on. But the truth is, I'm a lazy fuck. I appreciate your honesty, sir. The last 4
Definitely.
weeks, I've been dry firing 5 times a week for 15 minutes. Ben wants to live fire. And he's even stipulating he did 6 reload 6 5 times a week for 15 minutes in dry fire. And he did bill drills live fire, and he shot 4 matches. It seems 15 minutes keeps me interested on the dry fire, and I'm ready for more the next day. So, even I do not want to become a sponsored GM. I would like to make M at some point, just so I can be more competitive at my local matches. I'm currently a C-class shooter. Is this training enough, or am I just wasting my precious 15 minutes? Man.
Oh.
Nick, what's your thoughts?
I would say if you're, for most people, I don't think that's going to be enough to make master. Not going to lie. So, I think you kind of need to pick it up a little bit more. I think 30 minutes a day and maybe, 1 or 2 live fire sessions a week is kind of what I would shoot for. Do that on a steady pace for 6 months to a year. I think you'll get to master that way. But, maybe if you, have a really high natural talent, you can. But I think that's kind of borderline.
I'm not sensing a lot of natural talent in this email.
True. Yeah.
It's possible, but I don't.
I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I would, if that were my goal, and I was a C-class shooter today, I would try to step up the dry fire a bit more, at least. That's my opinion of that. So,
Matt,
I'm not
what
going
do
to
you
say it's
think?
wasting his time, but try to step it up a bit.
Yeah, he's wasting his time. Matt, what do you think?
I don't think he's wasting his time. If he's doing this for fun, let him do it for fun.
No, he wants.
I think
to,
he needs to.
He wants to.
No,
be
no.
M-class.
He's contradicted himself on that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he says he's lazy and doesn't want to do the work, but he wants to be a master and be competitive at locals.
What's contradictory about that?
Everything.
I want a really awesome meal, but I don't want to pay for it.
Or cook it?
Exactly.
Well, you're probably not going to get it.
Yeah, but I'm also. That's also makes me normal.
Yeah, it's real normal. Like, if he doesn't want to do that, he just wants to shoot for fun and shoot for 15 minutes a dry fire a day, dude, just do it. Maybe in another 12 months, you'll get the motivation after seeing a little bit of improvement to do it an hour a day or whatever.
This guy gave up training after 2 weeks and then he wanted to wait a year. Oh, that's awesome.
How long has he been on the 15-minute thing? That would be interesting,
the
too.
fuck would I know?
He sent it in the first week of that.
All right, Mr. Heron, what do you think?
I think his dry fire, 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week is acceptable. He needs to drop out of doing 4 matches a month or whatnot. I mean, he's been been to live fire once and 4 matches. So I'd say cut the matches in half, and the time that he would spend going to matches, he needs to start actually doing some live fire practice.
All right. You almost stole a point I was going to make, so I'll make this point. He seems really focused on how long he does something, or, like when do I start to see my result? But then the thing I'm keying in on here is he's stipulating, like, I did five times a week for 15 minutes. Then he says what drill he's doing. So this dude is doing like 1 drill.
Yeah.
All right. And then he goes in live fire. And what do you do for live fire? Well, I do build drills. So.
Yeah, he's not getting much.
I think more so than the time, he's not going to like this, but more so than the time commitment, he actually has to put in effort at this. This is like a guy does like 60 I'll like, bro, if I work out, if I work out 15 minutes a day, will I be fit? I mean, I don't want to like run marathons or anything, but will I be in better shape? Well, if I work out,
not doing nothing.
If I work out 15 minutes a day, and you're like, well, I mean, yeah, 15 minutes a day is better than nothing, whatever. And then he's like, yeah, so, okay, well, what do you do for your workout? I did like 60 crunches.
It's like, right.
Like, okay.
But he has a quantifiable goal in this case. He wants to make master.
Right, but he's basically doing the most half-assed training you could do. Like, he could train 45 minutes a day, and if he half-asses it like he's doing, it's not going to make any difference.
He's doing 6-minute abs.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
you
really
actually have
point,
to. If he
actually
puts in some effort, he's going to get good. I know some guys that have made master without real practice, not dedicated practice, but they went to a lot of matches, and they paid attention, and they had a desire to get good. And they did it that way. I think that that's a tougher path than doing practice. But you have to put in mental effort to get better. You have to actually try. So
the thing is, I mean, he bought 2 videos and he bought the dry fire.
And I thank him for his contribution.
The thing is he's got so much right there at the palm of his hands to be able to say,
no,
okay,
not really.
what drill should I do?
He's got to buy the other books too. Would be also good. And you just get a copy. I'm serious. Just buy all 3 books, probably, and get another copy like for his range bag. So 6 books, and then get the digital versions too for his Kindle or his phone when he's bored. I think that'd really help. No.
Tim
Myers would be really proud of you right now.
No, that shit's not going to matter because he cracked open the book, first drill. Yeah, 6 reload 6. That's a good one. I think I'll do that.
Right.
I think he needs to actually.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the 15 minutes a day. I mean, I think there's still a lot you can work on if you pick, like, say, 2 drills each day, and those are the 2 drills you work on for 15 minutes.
You know what this reminds me of? Before I got a case feeder, I had a 650 for about a day before I got it shipped to me, and I was like, oh shit, you need a case feeder, and you got to buy that separately. So the tube is sitting up there on the press. You know what I mean? So I basically you can't really use the thing without a case feeder. So me being the smart ass I am, I get the little girl up there. I think she was like, what? She was like 6 years old or 5 years old at the time.
Let's see how this is going to work out.
So I sit her up behind the press. I'm like, hey, you put in the brass like this. I'm going to work the handle like this. You just keep feeding the brass in there like rim down. You keep feeding that in as I use this thing. I'm going to give you a stuffed animal when we're done with this. I'm like, this is great. I got my case feeder. All right, so I start loading ammo. I swear to God, we're like 30 rounds into this little
I bet he
operation.
didn't even get 1 tube before
Not
it
even,
was
no, 30
upside
rounds.
down.
I get in there. She's like, Ben, how much till we be done? I was like, motherfucker, God damn it. So he's like this. He's like, yeah, I like this practice thing. And then he's like, oh man, I've been doing this for like a week now. What the hell? Like when do I slay everyone before me?
The card didn't come in the mail just immediately. Yeah.
So I think he needs to actually try harder and focus less on the time he's spending.
Well, I bet you he doesn't focus too much about the time he spends shooting 4 matches a month.
No, because that's the fun part.
Well, yeah.
I was about to say, I agree with Tim. I think if he, flipped his match and practice sessions to like, 1 match and 3 or 4 practice sessions or whatever. At that point, if he's doing 15 minutes of really good dry fire a day and 4 live fire sessions.
Yeah, but that's not what he's going to do. He's going to.
Then he goes to that 1 match and fucking crushes souls.
If he practices.
Well, absolutely.
I don't think he would. I think it should still go to the locals if he's having fun. If he doesn't want to practice, just shoot. I mean, just go fucking shoot.
Right. I mean,
he needs to set his expectations. He can't be a lazy fucker and then expect to go win.
Well,
yeah,
he just wants
to do it where we live.
Whoa.
What do you mean?
Uh-oh. This is getting real.
Huh?
I'm confused.
All right, we're going to move on to the next question. I'm going to my first major match, and I don't want to run my own reloads. I know, Ben, you run factory ammo. Just wondering what brand, and if it matters, I want to make sure I make power factor. I know it's a gear queer question. It is a gear queer question. I run Hydra Shocks, the Federals, plus P+.
147 grain, right?
They run good.
115s.
Yeah.
They you're not gonna have any problems with steel, I'll tell you that.
No more pop.
What why is this guy afraid of using his reloads?
He's probably can accurately assess his own strengths and weaknesses as a reloader, as I can.
If you took fucking 5 minutes,
I'm not gonna do this with you again. I could take 5 minutes and QC my ammo, or I could take 30 seconds and order a batch of it online.
I'm just saying.
Your way wastes me 4.5 minutes.
Saves you money, though.
It's not that much money.
How much is your time worth?
Not much money.
Okay, well.
My time is not worth much.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
I know we are talking like 4 more minutes of VR, but...
Dude, PSVR, that shit's awesome. Just wait till there's some actual games to play on it.
I know.
It's going to be great.
Learn to fucking QC your ammo. You'll have better practices also.
Look, I just wanted to help the guy out and answer his question. And now it's a beat on Ben thing.
Nick, you run reloads or factory?
Everybody runs reloads. I'm the only guy that runs factory ammo. It's me. And I don't actually run Hydra Shocks.
And it's hilarious that you run factory ammo only at majors, but you'll run the living shit out of reloads at like practices and locals and.
No, I shoot reloads in.
He doesn't shoot locals.
I shoot locals with factory ammo as well.
What the hell? Oh my god! What's
up? You do?
I don't shoot that many locals, but yeah, I bring factory ammo for that. I use the Federal, American Eagle, which will probably make you insane. But
it's actually not bad ammo.
No, it's not. 124 grain American Eagle. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
It power factors correctly out of my gun between 130 and 135, depending on the
oh my god.
Match.
How do your hands handle such
a? I chronoed my regular loads out of my Shadow 2. They're running like 143 power factor.
Yeah, but with that freaking heavy ass thing, it probably still feels like a rimfire.
It doesn't feel bad.
I shot Hopkins' gun. It was stupid. It wasn't
stupid.
Really.
Awesome.
It was okay. It was fine. Whatever. All right. Next question. I'm tired of shooting like a bitch.
Quit. Just quit. Just quit. You're tired of shooting like a bitch. Quit shooting.
I'm planning my 2017 shooting schedule, and I'm trying to decide if I should look for a class to take or spend the money I would have spent on that class for another 4 to 5,000 rounds to train with. Obviously, a class isn't a substitute for putting in the hard work, but a different perspective can help. I realize skill level plays into the decision, and being able to evaluate your current skill to know what areas you suck at. I would suspect anything over one class a year is definitely overkill, but is there a point where I just need to focus on training? I'll start with this one because I think it's an interesting question. I think I happen to know the guy, and I know he's taken classes in the past and liked it.
What level is he at?
Good.
Okay.
Maybe not world class, but pretty good.
All right.
So, I think whether or not you want to take the class or do a class, personality dependent. So, one thing that people often get out of classes short term is motivation. So, if you're maybe lacking in, like motivation, a class can be a good thing, even if you don't necessarily feel like you have a ton of new stuff to work on. A lot of times guys get really competitive in a group. So being motivated in that way can be a good thing. This is why I make a point to go train with guys like Hopkins or Mr. Heron. We shot together last year.
Mm-hmm.
I flew to Argentina to shoot with Gaston. I think that's good. Just bouncing ideas off of other guys. It doesn't, you're going to learn from that. That's a good environment to be in. So it's something that I make a point of doing. I like to do it. I do it for motivation, if nothing else. So if that's something you need to do, then do it. If you don't feel that way at classes, if you don't get motivated, then fuck it, don't do it. You're not going to go wrong whether or not you put the money into ammo or put it into a class. I don't think there's a bad choice there. So if you think you'll get motivated with the class, do that. Mr. Hopkins, what do you think?
Since he's pretty good, I think I don't know. There's value in a class for sure. You can have someone else actually critique you and see things that you can't see. I see the point of just shooting a lot of rounds and seeing where you go with that. Another option is maybe a local guy that's better than him. Have the option of maybe spending less in a class would be, but maybe get like 3 or 4 training sessions out of it with them, or be like a training partner with him and put that money towards ammo or something like that. That would help out a lot too. And you can help him and he can help you. Is there an option for him like that?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's what I would prefer then.
if I was already pretty good, we're talking about a guy that's kind of MDM type level, I'd probably tend toward, spending the money on the ammo and just trying to train my ass off. Just, because if you're at that level, you're probably pretty familiar with most of the concepts. There's certainly always value in getting other good shooters to look at you and see, if they think there's something you can do better. But if you've already been to classes and you're already pretty good, I think the biggest point with classes is exposing you to new ideas first, and then, having people evaluate your shooting in person maybe kind of second a little bit, because you can get online access to that stuff, I think, a little bit more easily. But either way could be good. There's certainly nothing wrong with going to take a class, but if there's a kind of shooter I'm thinking of, I would probably just tend toward just train a lot more.
Timmy?
I think I like Matt's thought about buying the ammo and maybe not doing per se a class with an individual. And the not that a class is bad, but I think sounding like this guy obviously is pretty serious about his success. I definitely think finding a local guy or a guy that kind of shoots within his area that he can actually spend some one-on-one time with. The only thing I see about in a class setting is you're in a class with 8 to 12 other guys, so the instruction isn't necessarily always going to be to that specific shooter, whereas he can have some one-on-one time with an individual that is, better than him or at a higher level that he can actually then spend some good one-on-one time with to learn to get to that next level. So
the other thing I would add into the mix here is traveling to a major match, like in a different region of the country that you've never been to.
Yeah.
I would add that. I would add that on the list of another thing that you would maybe look to add.
Yeah,
that can give them the motivation to practice even also.
Yeah, like I said, getting motivated, that's a good thing. So whether it's doing training, having more ammo, or going to another match, a different type of match, whatever, those are all options. I don't like to be short on ammo, so that's like number one priority for me is to not be short on ammo. Just to have, I'd want to have like 5,000 rounds.
As long as Federal just keeps churning out that American Eagle stuff for you, you're good to go, right?
No, man, I shoot them blue bullets. I actually wish I wasn't such an idiot with reloading. I could just shoot the bullets I've got because they're fine. But
it'd take like
really
fucking 3 seconds.
Hopkins, when was the last time?
Here's the thing: you have a fully automated press. There is no reason whatsoever.
I saw his reloading setup. No, it's actually probably best that he buys it. Honestly.
Jesus.
I had to fix his fucking. He's like, my 650's broke. I'm like, oh really? Why?
Oh, it took you like an hour to figure it out, though.
Yeah, but who would have actually thought you had a fucking spacer pin, the gold ones, underneath the RAM?
I don't know how it got there.
And it wasn't going all the way down.
Well,
how were you missing one?
I don't know.
You had enough on the shell plate and you had one extra. I like to
have extras, bro. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. I heard.
You're totally tactical.
Tactical reloading right there.
Oh my God. Well, this is another bang up job on the show, guys. Really appreciate you coming on. Especially you, Hopkins, you asshole.
You're welcome.
Okay, guys, if you have a shooting question you'd like to hear us talk about, go to bensteger.com. Get my email address, send me your question. We'll talk about it. Probably. Or not. I don't know.
More gear career questions.
Definitely need more gear questions.